Hello, everyone. It's been a little while, and yes, I felt called to do this live. So I'm here. I'm just gonna dive right into the subject of today's live, which is a life update and also a skin journey update. I would say it like that, and I want to give you more insight about my story. Hello, Mary. I'm happy to see you. Oh, like yesterday, I created a post and I talked about the fact that April was for me. Hello, Safe. April was for me a month of introspection during which I wanted to post and create and be present on my social media, and at the same time I felt it wasn't right. I felt like it wasn't the right timing for me to be here and to share and to be here, because that would have been done only with the intention of being here and creating for creating, not with the purpose of bringing conscious content and like good things. So I'm here, and like I said, April for me was a time when I just learned so much thing. I feel like I I just feel like I connected so many dots together in only a month. I've been reading, I've been learning, I've been researching so many subjects that finally we were like all interconnected together. And today, while doing some journaling, I came to realize that I understood so many things. I had like a breakthrough thing, and I was like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. But how can I communicate that and make sense of what I know or what I understand? So what I've done, and that would maybe sound a bit crazy, is I talked out loud to myself and tried to put words on how I understand these concepts. And I want to share some of that with you, because I was able to apply this understanding to my skin journey. So if you know me or if you're new here, maybe you've heard about a bit of my story, which is I've had acne since the age of 14. And I've, like other people who had this same issue, the same struggle, I've tried so many things to get rid of this issue without really any success, until I worked on a deeper level, on a mindset level. And since then, I've made huge improvement, made huge realization. And I mean, today right now I have a filter so you don't see, but I don't have any active zit or anything. My skin is healing. You can see the scars and everything, but nothing like it was before. And obviously from an external point of view, it seems like a lot of things happen, like I've done something that made this happen. And I've tried to put in words exactly what happened, what was the process for me to be able to heal myself only from myself. And this is maybe the crazy thing. And today I want to again talk about this, and that might not be like you think or believe in, meaning I'm not going to tell you which product that I use and that made my skin look like this, or I'm not going to tell you I've done these steps and this is how it happened. I'm going to talk more about the mental shift, the mindset shift, the perspective shift that happened. And I will even go deeper than that, the level of consciousness that I achieved to be able to go through this healing, to make this skin heal by itself. And that can be applied, what I'm going to talk to you about today, that can be applied to any problems, quote unquote problems. And I will say quote unquote because problems are problems only because we decide they are. All right? So obviously when we talk, for example, about acne, we can see it as an issue, as a struggle, as something difficult we have to go through, something's wrong about us if this is happening. Thing is, it's only a problem because we see it as a problem. And the problem about the problem is the fact that we see it as a problem. Like, let me repeat that. The fact that this is a problem is the main reason why we see it as a problem. So amazed by your bravery to talk about this. It's almost something I'm struggling with, and I have it since a young age. Oh wow, so you really like what I'm going to talk about. Thank you for saying that, Belle Mary. I feel brave, but at the same time now it's normal to me, and you will see. Hello, Miguel. You will see what I'm gonna go to and what I'm gonna talk about, because I've had such a breakthrough about this subject. I'm like, now I feel ready to share it, because I've tried to share that information for so long, guys, and I wasn't able to find the right words or to express myself in a good way, and I think I have a better understanding now. So let me just go with that. So again, the problem here is not the problem, it says the fact that we see something as a problem. That's why I say this can be applied to everything in our life. And the best example is, when we were younger, we were facing, specific problems. And maybe our parents were like, you're going to be all right. It's okay. And these teenage, childish problem that we had, when we think about them now, we know they were not problems. They were not existential problem, real problem. They were just things we were going through. But as a young kid or as a teenager, maybe it was the biggest thing in that time, the worst thing ever that could happen to us. And we almost felt like it was the end of the world. But as an adult now, we can look at this with a other understanding, another level of consciousness, and be like, this is nothing. If I face this problem again now, I won't see this as a problem. I would just see it as, an obstacle, a little annoying thing, and then I move on. I won't put as much energy into that. I will not focus on it as much. And that's where I want to bring you today, because this is what happened with my skin journey. The fact that for so long, my skin was a problem, was something that I will worry about a lot. I will think about it when I wake up throughout my day, and my mind wasn't on my side, wasn't really helping me deal with that struggle. It was actually, is my mind who's creating a struggle with that. So we'll discuss a bit more about this, but I would imagine the worst because of my skin. I will believe that people maybe don't want to talk to me, or will act a certain way because when they feel my skin, they will feel a certain way about me, or I'm not beautiful, all that kind of stuff, self-love, difficulties in that sense, worthiness, all that was attached to me having a problem with my skin. And that reinforced the fact that my skin was getting worse, reinforced what I was seeing in the mirror. That's why everything starts in the mind. You have to get that. And it's something that I understood, that the more that I was worrying about my skin, the worse it would get. Because my focus, my energy was on this thought. And as you know, maybe if you follow me, maybe if you know me and you follow my work, I'm all about the mindset, understanding what's going on, but also how it interacts with our reality. So as you know, thoughts come and go, okay? They're just thoughts created by the mind. We get our ideas or inspiration or question through the mind, and then we, as a conscious being, as a soul, as this being, we focus on certain thoughts more than others. And certain thoughts makes us feel a certain way. And you have to know that we are vibrational beings, meaning that we vibrate at a certain frequency. We can we can have this energy, this lower frequency, higher frequency, and that's not just about feeling high vibe, only positive thoughts and all that kind of stuff. It goes a bit deeper than that. It's another way. Thing to have to understand is, since we are energy, as everything around us, we vibrate at a certain frequency, so we attract other events, other things in our life that vibrate at the same frequency as us. When you understand that, if you focus on thoughts that tells you that your skin is a problem, your skin is something, there's something wrong with it, there's something not going well about it, and you keep focusing on that, you perpetuate this low vibration, the fear vibration, because negative thoughts, negative emotion is just a title that we attribute to a word. We are the one creating this title on this word, but really it's not about the vibration. If we are in fear, if we are afraid that people would think a certain thing about us, if we are afraid to feel a certain way, we are vibrating low. So therefore we attract things that are in this low frequency. So when you focus your mind on these thoughts, they will manifest in your reality. This is how manifestation works. We are always manifesting things in our life because we focus on certain thoughts, and it's not just about the thoughts, it's actually about the state, the internal state that you're in. So certain thoughts will make you feel a certain way and will make you stay in that state, and what's around you, you will see through this state. So you can see, I would say, you can say that your internal state are like these glasses that you wear, and with these glasses you see reality in a certain way. You have a certain perspective about your reality. When you change your glasses, when you change your vibration, your frequency, when you focus your mind on different thoughts, you change your perspective on life and things are different. I go back to the example at the beginning. If you're a kid, you see your life through a specific lens. And your problems are only problems depending on the lens you're wearing, on your perspective. So now as an adult, you're wearing different lenses, you're wearing different glasses. So the problem that existed before when you were a kid is not a problem anymore. So now, if you have a certain issue, it's because you're wearing this specific glasses that make you see this event, this situation as an issue. But is it really? So there's this saying from Albert Einstein, okay? I'm going to try to quote it as best as I can. Problem cannot be solved from the same level of consciousness they've been created from. I think it's something like that. What it means is you cannot find a solution to your problem from the same perspective. So is it really a problem? So how does that apply to my skin journey? This is it. This is what I'm trying to put into words. I'm taking my time here. I've come to realize that my skin, my acne, is actually not a problem. It's actually, I started seeing my skin as something normal, as something okay, as something that it's neither good or bad. It's just what it is. From this perspective, I was able to go about my life normally, meaning going out without feeling the need to put makeup on because I wanted to hide my imperfections. I started not paying much attention to it when I was looking at myself in the mirror. I will see it. I will get certain thoughts, but I will not attach myself to these thoughts. So I started doing this practice of detaching myself from worrying about my thoughts. And the worry part is really, really important. Because, again, what we tend to focus on manifests in our reality. So if I keep worrying, and when we say worry is because we keep thinking about the same thing again and again and again, and we create what if situation. We create, hey Gabby. So we create this situation in our life from the point that it's just because we worry so much about it. Worrying is actually what gets us stuck in a perspective. So to get out of this problem, to solve a problem, it's mainly a matter of being able to stop worrying. That will be the easiest the easiest answer ever. Stop worrying about your problem. The way to do this is actually seeing this problem and not being in the problem. Like, so when you don't see it as a problem, we see it as something normal, as something that it is a day-to-day thing. And obviously this gets practice because you've been used to see this thing as a problem. You're so used to see this thing as something bothering you, something annoying, something not good, something bad, that now the work is to decondition yourself to seeing this as a problem. So that's what I've done. I stopped seeing my skin as a problem. I gave it the love that it needed. I stopped wanting to find a solution for my skin through medication, through skincare routine, through creams, through whatever it is, through changing my diet, like not eating dairy, not eating chocolate, all that kind of stuff. I stopped all that physical solutions because, again, this is what my mind could come up. But my mind is limited. Yeah. So my mind is limited by the state of consciousness that I am in. So if I elevate, quote unquote, elevate myself to another state of consciousness, another level of consciousness, I see things differently. So therefore I can dissolve the problem. The problem does not exist anymore. You get me? Let me know in the comment if you get me to this point. Because I feel it's like a lot of us all together, but I just connected so many dots together that, like, yeah, that's what came up as an answer. So at this point, when I started doing that, in the beginning, yes, in the mirror, I could still see myself having those zits and my skin not being better. You know, manifestation and law of attraction is something that like happens in a second. It's not something that, you know, right away you will see result. It can happen. It just depends how adjusted you are to the frequency. If your level of consciousness is adjusted to the level of awareness that you're at, then where you're at this moment. If, you know, you vibrate to the same frequency of this answer. But I'll get into that later when I have the words to explain. You're right? So, at this point, in the beginning, my skin didn't change because I was thinking differently. It took a certain time for me to be just so normal about this situation that my skin situation responded to my way of seeing things, to my perspective, to how I think, how I see things. So now my skin is just a result of how I perceive myself. Voila, that's pretty much it. It's just a result of how I see myself. It is really at the same frequency now. And this can be applied to everything. Because most of the time what happens when we see problems, it's either we worry so much about it, we're so in pain about it, that we just try everything to get out of this situation, but we don't embrace the situation. That's really the thing. Maybe one thing you can remember here is just being able to embrace the situation, the quote-unquote problem. See it as it is. Seeing it as neutral. Something that I've taught in one of my programs is neutrality of situation, meaning when something happens, we react to the event through our filters, meaning depending on our story, our belief, our thoughts, our value, we will give a meaning, we will attribute a meaning to a situation. But in fact, what just happened is just what it is. Like, yes, I'm late. It's not like, oh my God, I'm late. It's the worst thing ever. Yes, I'm late. Voila, that's it. There's nothing to filter around that. Same thing about my skin. Yes, I have acne. There's acne on my skin. Voila. There's nothing else to feel about this. There's no other meaning to be attributed. Because if I attribute a specific meaning onto that, this is what's gonna be created in my reality. So this is what I wanted to share with you guys today. This level of consciousness, this way of seeing things, how actually our problems, our struggles are there just to make us remember that we're here to elevate in a way. We're here to see things differently. We are sovereign beings, meaning we are in charge of creating our own reality. Actually, to be really more true about this, is we are co-creating our reality, because we are hand in hand with, however you want to call it, source, universe, God, whoever you believe in, whatever you believe in. We're all connected. We're all growing through this energy, this force that we have within. And we can create the type of life that we want, everything that we want, when we decide that we can do it, and we are co-creating with this universal source energy. And to be able to do that, we have to be in alignment. And this is something else that I've had such a hard time understanding. What the hell does it mean to be in alignment? To be honest, it took me so long to be able to grasp this concept. And now I'm just at the beginning of really understanding and embodying and understanding, integrating what it means to be in alignment. Such a hard thing. Well, it was for me a hard thing. Now it's getting there. But again, being in alignment means so many things. Being in alignment with what you want, yes. Being in alignment with your desires, yes. But it's also being in alignment with universe, with the nature, with everything that's going on, because everything moves through a cycle. There's a rhythm to life that animals and plants and everything in this nature follows, and that's why, you know, they just do their own thing. And us as human, we're different because we have the mind that can makes us go against the flow, makes us go against universal nature's rhythm. So we are the one blocking ourselves when we don't get what we want, when we see struggle, when we feel in this victim mode. It's because we're out of flow. We are out of alignment. We are not aligned anymore with the original flow of life. When you're in flow, when you're aligned, if you think about a plant, maybe I'm going to another direction, but I really need to talk about this. This is what came up for me. When you think about a plant, whatever it needs is provided to it. The sun is there, the nutrients from the soil, from the ground, whatever how you say it. Everything is provided to it to be able to grow. And it follows a certain rhythm, cycle, in which, you know, it dies and reborn, and everything is happening to it. It doesn't have to do anything. Doesn't have to do more than what it has to do. As human, we tend to force things. We tend to pressure ourselves, to push ourselves, because we have this belief that things happen only to this way. But when you're aligned and in flow, things are happening to you. It is provided to you. It will give you what you need. And by just you following your own rhythm, the whole thing that is necessary to you. So to be able to be in alignment is to decondition yourself to the things that you think that you need and being more clear about your intention, and actually cutting all the stories about meaning of things, meaning about what's going on around you. It's just going with the flow of things. Everything that's happening to you is for you. It is happening for you, not to you. You're not a victim here. Nothing is happening to you. is actually for you to grow, to evolve, to be better. Yes, better, because you're already good, you're already worthy, you already have everything that you need. There's nothing missing about you. And that brings me I feel like I'm going around, but everything is connected together. That brings me to the lack to abundance mindset. So I've changed today my bio, and I do that a lot because sometimes epiphany is like, oh, that's what I want to talk about more, and I have words to really express what I mean. And right now, what sticks with me is this idea of going from lack to abundance. And I've heard that so many times. I'm probably not the only one who heard that. You are in lack, you are in scarcity, blah, blah, blah. You have to be in abundance mindset. But I could hear that, understand that, but I couldn't integrate that. It wasn't connecting until maybe last week. To be real honest, actually, even yesterday was like the moment that it really connected for me. That the dots, just everything aligned, and I was like, oh my God, that's what it means. So crazy, but it was a beautiful moment, guys, a beautiful moment. So from lack to abundance, again, you can ask yourself these questions about the things that you want. And I will just go back again to my skin story because it's a beautiful it's a beautiful example to use. I used to want to have a beautiful skin, a normal skin, thinking that my skin wasn't normal, wasn't beautiful already. My definition of normal and beautiful was different from what my skin was at this moment. So as soon as I decided that my skin was actually normal, that it was okay to be like that, not having expectation to what it's supposed to be like, just loving you for what it is right now. If I'm able to love myself right here, right now, I can, quote unquote, ask for something, but then because I need it, I want to be this because I don't have it, I just desire it like that. It's just normal. It's not something that I need. It's not something that I got to have it, otherwise I'm nothing. I want it just because I want it, without any attachment, without any back thoughts. I don't know how you say that, but having thoughts in mind of like, oh, if I don't have it, something's gonna happen, it means this, it means that. No. This is lack mentality, thinking that you're lacking something, so therefore that's why you want something. If you're already abundant, you already have what you want, you already see yourself as whole, you're gonna be whole, you're gonna attract the things that's with that. You're gonna go towards the thing that you desire, see as normal. Voila, that's it. So my skin, that's what happened. As soon as I was able to see myself as already whole, nothing lacking, nothing missing, nothing wrong about myself, my skin was able to heal itself. Because it just, the congruence of my thoughts, and like I was able to make my thoughts and my reality congruent, like fit together, align with each other. But had to start within first, had to do the work within first for this to happen. So if I'm in a lack mentality, I feel like I have to fill the gap, fill the void in between. And how you do that? By trying to find solution through your mind. Gotta have this cream, gotta use this medication, gotta find the best diet, gonna have this person to help me, like have to find this, because they have the answer. They're gonna provide me with an answer. But that's not gonna work. You have the answers. You have to elevate your consciousness to be able to see that. And hopefully today, what I've just shared, hopefully it resonated with you. Let me know what you think about all of that. Because for me, it was a big haha moment to understand this concept. And I feel like a door just opened in front of me now that I integrated this or understood this. And now I can see things in such a different perspective. My quote-unquote problems, they're not really problems. I'm able to dissolve them, to let them be, let them go, and not having an effect on me. Because I know what they are. they're just my mind creating a story about it. But again, watch the video again to have more of these insights to understand that better. But hopefully it was clear, it made sense what I just shared with you. Because this is really the only thing that actually healed my skin. Changing my perspective, changing my lens, seeing my reality as something different than what it is. And this is pretty different from being in denial. Like, I'm not avoiding my problem, I just decide to see it as something different. I'm just choosing to see this struggle as something that is not a struggle. If you're able to apply that in a certain area of life, you could be an athlete and you see stress as a bad thing, you see it as a problem, you see it as a struggle. Guess what? There are people that are able to see stress as the best thing ever, and they are able to use it to perform at their highest level, at their highest potential. It's a matter of perspective, how you choose to see things, how you feel about things, what you believe as true. All about how you see things. But that, you can only understand this and work on this when you start doing the work, the inner work, the work from within. This is all you need. And after that, you will know exactly which action to take to make things work for you. But you have to work on you first to be able to know what to do. You cannot just do and think that things will change. Your reality will change. You have to change who you are, how you're reacting, your mood, your perception, the way you feel about things to make a change in your environment. You interact with your environment. You are able to change your whole environment around you in a moment, as soon as you decide to change your perspective. So I hope that it was an interesting talk. Pretty happy that I was able to put that into words. Hopefully it was clear. I'm working on it because sometimes I feel like I reuse the words, or I want my message to go through so badly that I go around in circle and oversay things, overthink what I say. But I feel today was a good one. So hopefully it was a good one for you too. And you can feel that. And if not, it's okay. I will live with it. And I'm just going to be working on it. So thank you so much for being here and taking the time to watch this live. I would love to know what you think. What's your, what you're getting out from this video, from what I just shared with you. And yeah, I would love to read your answer. Either DM me or leave a message down here. I will take the time to read you guys. And on this note, I wish you a beautiful Tuesday, and I will be back pretty soon. Love you guys. Bye-bye.